So I can literally hop on a call with this guy and actually just sell him a sales system. So this is the first reply. Let's see Jordi. What's going on, everybody? It's Saad. Today, yet again, I'm gonna go ahead and generate clients from my sales system agency live in front of you. You guys like these videos because they show results happening in real time, and with all the noise in the AI and automation space, I think it's the best way to prove what works. Plus, it's also beneficial for you guys so you can copy what I do, follow along, and start closing deals yourself. So let's print some good old cash. So my target is going to be financial services, specifically wealth management firms with 11 to 50 employees. And the reason why I'm going for this target is because I know someone in my community who actually closed an 11K deal going for this target. And let me just walk you guys through his posts. Let me go to the search bar. So investment. Yeah, this is the one. So closed one, 11K deal in investment firm. I already recorded the first client award for this. If you're new here and you don't know what a first client award basically is, it's just something that I offer for people in my community. Whenever they close their first client, I just basically hop on a call with them, show them exactly how to deliver. I even help them with like the system builds, strategy, etc. And I think it's the best way to provide value for people because they get to have like a hands-on help with their first clients. That way they can remove that anxiety about service delivery. Because when I first got started, I wish I had someone to help me with service delivery because it was basically like throwing stuff at the wall. And it took me a lot of trial and error to figure stuff on my own. So that's the main reason why I offer this, okay? So target financial services, specifically wealth management with 11 to 50. The persona, aka the best person to talk to, is going to be the managing partner / founder. Essentially, this is like the boss who started or runs the company. They make big decisions, so we're going to reach out to them. And they also care a lot about making the company grow and looking good. The next job title or persona that we're going to go for is Director of Business Development. So this person's job, like the entire job, is to bring in new clients. So they're judged by how many people sign up. Okay. Now the third one which is the COO or the Chief Operating Officer. Now this person helps run the whole company, especially if it's a little bigger. Okay. And they want the business to grow, but in a way that's organized and also repeatable and scalable. So they love systems, okay, that work every time, especially ones that bring in clients without chaos. Okay. So this is the target. This is the persona. Now let's talk about the connector copy that we're going to be using, which is going to be the outreach message. So, hey, first name. First name is basically like a variable, interchangeable. It's going to be like, for example, hey Saad, hey Peter, hey viewer. So, hey first name, not too often you see wealth advisors who specialize in target audience. So target audience is specifically their target audience. It's basically like an interchangeable variable that we're going to have to fill out, okay, based off the company description, etc. Emailing you because I connect people like that to the firms. Going to make a guess that you're looking to bring on more clients without cold calling and figured you'd like some qualified intros. Think it might be useful. Cheers. Now this copy I know is gonna crush it because it's one of my winning copies inside my 151K a month agency. If you noticed here that I'm saying going to make a guess that you're looking to bring in more clients without cold calling. Now these financial services, specifically wealth management firms, the only thing that they do to get clients is essentially just cold calling and referrals, okay? So when you come in, you build them a sales system that's going to connect them with their ideal customers. They're always going to pay you thousands of dollars, okay? Because you're essentially just helping them get more clients. And if they don't have clients, well, they don't have a business. Now, I'm going to go ahead and explain this copy line by line. That way you understand, and that way you guys can also learn how to write better outreach messages, because there's a lot of noise in the AI and automation space. Everyone is talking about, okay, this copy is going to work. No, this copy is going to work. Say this. And to be fair, guys, like it's all bullshit, okay? There's very, very few people in the AI and automation space that actually know how to actually get clients. It's going to help you guys a ton understand how to write better, because when you write better, you can pretty much sell anything. Not just sell systems or AI automation services. You can sell anything, okay? So not too often you see wealth advisors who specialize in target audience. Now, this is called a pattern interrupt in the first line. So think about it. Like when someone reads your outreach message, like you have to hook them. It's called a hook. Like you need to capture their attention quickly. So this line breaks the usual outreach rhythm. It feels personal and observant, not templated. Well, it is for us, okay? But it gets attention without being over the top. The second thing is emailing you because I connect people like that to firm. So it makes sense. So not too often you see wealth advisors who specialize in target audience emailing you because I connect people like that to firms. That's it, right? So it just makes sense. It flows naturally. And I'm also explaining clearly why I'm outreaching. So there's no fluff. One line explains the why you and also the why now in plain English. So it's like a quick trust builder. The third thing is we focus on the desired outcome, not the service. This is very, very important. Whenever you sell AI automation services, sales systems, whatever, you don't talk about the features. You don't talk about the system because nobody cares about the system. Okay, like you need to make this your mantra. They only care about the payoff, the outcome that the system is gonna get them. Okay, and the most important thing for them is getting more clients. So, can you build them a system that's gonna allow them to connect with their ideal clients? That's all they care about. Okay, so bring in on more clients without cold calling, qualified intros. So what we're doing is we're speaking directly to the pain, okay, which is cold calling because it's very, very annoying. And the payoff, which is qualified intros, doesn't get bogged down in the how. We don't talk about the how AI automation stuff, okay? We just tease the benefit that they're gonna get, okay? And then we have a low friction CTA. CTA is basically call to action, the next step. So think it might be useful. It's very casual, super casual, just invites a reply. And also this phrasing keeps the power in the prospect's hand. We keep the power in their hand, okay? Which lowers defenses. And then it's also, if you notice, under 100 words because it's clean, fast read. People's attention span nowadays is absolutely insane. So you just want to get to the point quickly. Okay. So no one's getting overwhelmed or skimming past it. So essentially, this is the copy breakdown. This is the target, and this is the persona, and this is the connector copy. So let's just go ahead and tackle this. So the first thing I want to do is I want to source some leads, which is going to be our target, financial services, specifically wealth management firms with 11 to 50. The best way to find these leads is going to be either Apollo or like LinkedIn Sales Nav. The most straightforward way, okay, and it's going to be very, very easy for you to follow along is going to be Apollo. Now, Apollo is basically a lead sourcing database. Just like I said, it has pretty much like 50 million or like 100 million leads. So you don't need to pay for Apollo, never pay for Apollo. Just use a free trial and then essentially just scrape Apollo, and I'm going to show you guys how to do it. So never pay for Apollo. I think it's a waste of money. So I'm just going to log in into my account, and then I'm simply going to go to the People's tab, which is Find People. Okay. And then now we're just going to build a simple list. Okay. So you want to follow along right now. Okay. And it's very simple. Okay. Even if you've never built a list on Apollo, you'll be good. So the first thing I want to do is I want to go to email status and make sure it's safe to send, verified. And then I'm going to go to job titles. So I'm just going to basically type in the job titles that we just talked about, which is, so you can just copy, by the way, the personas here, because I'm going to leave you the Google Doc. If you notice, I switched from Excalibur, which is basically like a whiteboard, to a Google Doc because I've noticed that if you guys want to follow along, the best way is just have a Google Doc so you can just copy and paste instead of just going to the Excalibur, taking a screenshot, and then going to ChatGPT and say, write what's in the screenshot. It's just more hassle for you guys, and I want you guys to get up and running as quickly as possible so you guys can print money, right? So we added founder, managing partner, and then we're going to add director of business development. So Control C, very simple. And then you paste it here. And then Chief Operating Officer. Simply paste it here. There we go. So 1.6 million leads. And then we're going to go to employees. And then we're going to pick 11 to 50. This is our sweet spot. And then we're going to go to location. We're just gonna pick United States because they have the most money. So United States, you're just gonna type in United States. By the way, you can type in whatever you want, Canada, France, whatever, UK, etc. There we go, United States. And then financial services. Okay, financial services. So I'm just gonna go to industry, financial. This is industry, right? Yeah, financial. Oh, this is industry, financial services. So I am at 4.2K results. I'm gonna go to keywords. I'm gonna type in wealth. Okay, 1.3K. That's more than enough for me. So let's check some of these companies. Oops, that's not the right one. Okay. Okay, so this is an ideal customer. You know, a company makes a ton of money when they have a super generic website. Oh, it's news and media. So they're in the news. Interesting. Oh, they also have a podcast. Okay. Interesting. So we have this list now. Well, how do we scrape it? Well, the usual way is you essentially just pay for Apollo, and then you click on, I believe it's export in here, save a new search, somewhere around here. You can tell that I've never exported from Apollo because I think it's a waste of money. So we're just gonna go to Apify, and then we're gonna scrape it. Okay. So Apify is basically like a marketplace of scrapers. If you don't know what scrapers are, it's basically tools built by really, really smart developers that allow us to extract data off the internet. So you can scrape Instagram, Amazon, TikTok, Facebook, Apollo, LinkedIn. You can even build your own scraper if you're familiar with code. But we don't want to do this because we want to get up and running as quickly as possible. We just want to start generating some sales opportunities and actually start making some money. So I'm just gonna go to the search and I'm gonna type in Apollo. And you will see that there's a lot of brilliant developers that already built this for us ready. So we're just going to click on this one, which is Apollo, scrape up to 50K leads. So I can scrape up to 50K leads off Apollo, which is insane. In order for me to do it on Apollo, I pretty much have to pay like $200. So, okay, now what do? Well, I'm simply going to copy this URL and then paste it here. And total numbers of records required, I'm just going to scrape 600. Okay, that's more than enough for me. Run options, I'm just going to put 600 here, and I'm going to get charged $1, okay, 72 cents, which is cheap as hell. So dismiss, and then we're going to click on save and start. So once we do that, well, now the scraper is going to go ahead and scrape all of these companies for us, okay, which is pretty cool. And we will see that it will get populated here in this overview in all fields. Okay, so if you go to log, so found 100 results, scraping successfully started. So we're just gonna have to wait a little bit. Usually takes like 10 minutes, depending on how large the list is. Okay, so as you can see, we successfully got the emails. We got the organization name. The organization name is basically company name. The website, the LinkedIn URL, the name, even the picture of the person. So the COO, the industry, financial services, the headline of that person, number of employees. We also get the organization SEO description, short description. So AGP Wealth Advisors. So again, the same target ideal customer that we want to go for. The keywords, personalized financial advice, wealth management. See, that's like a good target. All right. So we are at 300 results. So 1 minute. So I lied. It's 2 minutes to scrape 600 leads. Okay, awesome. So let's wait a little bit. So founder, managing partner. Okay. Also get the logo of the company, which is really cool. Okay, so the actual is running. Now, what we're gonna do, the next step is basically we're just gonna have to automate most of this stuff, okay? I'm gonna show you guys how to do it. We're gonna have to automate writing the copy because it's gonna be personalized to each person, okay? And then at the end, we're just gonna plug everything to our cold email software so we can essentially just reach out to these people and generate sales opportunities. All right, everybody. So we just finished scraping. It took us 2 minutes. Okay, awesome. So now what do? We're just going to go to n8n and I'm going to show you guys a very simple three-step n8n system. Is going to allow us to personalize, do everything in like 10 minutes. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is want to click on this plus button. I'm going to click on trigger manually. So when I click on it, nothing is going to happen because it has to be connected to the next node. So I'm going to click on this plus button. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect Epify to my n8n. Very simple. So you want to go back, go to integrations, scroll down, and you will see use API endpoints. So these are all endpoints you can use to manipulate your Epify account however you want. So the one that I want is going to be get last run dataset items. So the only thing you have to do is just click on this copy, then go back, type in HTTP in the search bar, and then paste this here. Okay. And if I execute this step, I'm going to get 600 leads. Okay. 600 items through n8n. Now, let's say I want to get just one. Okay. So you want to add and limit equals 1. And check this out. So I'm just going to get 1. Awesome. So I'm just gonna retrieve just one so I can build out the system tests, okay? Instead of running the entire flow every single time on 600 leads. So this is gonna be, let's just name this get leads from Epify. Okay. And now the next step is we need to verify emails. And if you're wondering, Saad, why are we verifying the emails? Didn't we just make sure that all the emails here are verified? Well, yes, we did, but just to be cautious because you do not want to trust these platforms. Okay, they say it's verified, but for our sanity, we have to double verify just so we make sure that we're actually reaching out to people that exists. Okay, so the most straightforward way is to just use a simple email validation tool. There's multiple ones in the internet. I've shared 10 already in this channel. The best ones that I would recommend you guys go for is this Mail Tester Ninja. It's quite affordable if you go to unlimited. So it's $7 again, and you get 50K emails daily, which is a no-brainer to me. There's other ones like any mail finder. Really powerful platform. I've built my entire business all the way to like 100K using this platform. There's also another one, Prospeo. This is the one. There's also Hunter.io. Really good. You're going to notice that they fall, this email finder and Prospeo and also Hunter, they all have like the same pricing structure. So it's around like, let's see. So let's go to pricing. So you want to pay monthly. So the starter plan is like $49 a month. So 2,000 credits. And then in email finder, I believe it's similar. Let's go to pricing and check. Yeah, 1K credit is 49. Okay, so that's even less than Hunter. So Hunter is cheaper than any mail finder. So these are the platforms I recommend. Do not go for other ones like Lead Magic, etc. Go for these ones because they're the most reliable in my experience. Okay, I can also use this platform that I just built for people inside my community, which is basically like an email verification and also email finding tool. Because if you notice, it's quite pricey to constantly pay for these platforms. And I was thinking about it, like how can I make life easier for people? And the best way is just hire developers that can build the same thing. So this is basically the platform. If I log in, I can log in using my account here. You can also log in using your Google account. And then essentially this is like the dashboard. So you can verify emails, you can create emails, which is basically find emails. You can bulk find the email. And I think that's like the most valuable thing is you can just export the list and just paste it here and you get the verified found emails. And then we also have something called API management. So this is basically the documentation This is like how to use the API and automate this, like automate the entire stuff using n8n or make. And this is like pretty cool. So you can basically find a single email. We can also bulk verify, which is a stream. It's called the streaming technology. It's the same technology that Netflix uses. If you're wondering, how does Netflix streams all these movies, series? Well, they use a technology called streaming. Is essentially they compile all the movies and they convert them in like small packages where you can just click on the button of play and then you get this high quality. But the video size is very small. So it's called streaming technology. So bulk find emails, etc. So I'm not going to use this since I'm recording this video and you guys need to follow along. So let's just go ahead and use an email finder. So I'm just going to go to app and then you want to go to API. Okay. And then you're going to go to full API documentation because every platform has its own API documentation. And then we want verify an email endpoint. So this is the endpoint. We can just copy this and then go back here and then we can add an HTTP. And then go to curl, import curl, and paste this here. Okay. So we're just going to have to put our API key here, which is this one. I do not want to expose your API key just like I'm doing because people can use this and charge you, and it's not very cool. I'm only doing this because I'm recording a video. I'm going to have to rotate it after I finish recording. So the email here is going to be the email. Okay, so you notice here we have null. So we have some of the records where we don't have the email. That's totally cool. We just need to add something here, which is going to be a filter. Okay, so we're just going to add a filter. So filter by email string exists. And then just for our sanity, we can add email is not equal to null. Now, if I execute this, we're going to discard the first one because it doesn't include, like it doesn't have an email. So now you remember that we just put limit equal 1. Now, well, we can add another thing, which is pretty cool. You can add and offset equals 1. So offset just means skip. So if I execute, I'm still going to get 1, but I'm getting the second record, which is this one, Blake Bratz at this company name. Okay, so essentially offset is basically just skip. All right. Awesome. So now if I execute, you will notice that it's skipped. Okay. So this is filter out or if email exists. All right. So now we can just connect this here and then we can plug the email here. So verify email. Okay. Now we can just execute and we can see if we're going to get, if the email is actually valid. Okay, so email is valid. Awesome. So now what we want is we need to add another filter here. So only if the email is actually valid. So email status is equal to valid. So is valid. And then if I execute, okay, it's valid. Awesome. So now the next step is basically generating the copy. Okay, so let me just close these tabs so you guys don't get overwhelmed. So we're just going to use AI to generate all these copies at scale. So we're going to type in LLM, basic LLM chain. You do not need to be married to any AI model. You can use Claude, OpenAI, anything really, Gemini, whatever. So we're just going to go to this define below. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. We're going to say generate a statement similar to, and then we're just going to have to copy this. Not too often you see wealth advisors who specialize in target audience. And then we're going to say perfect output. And then we're going to say, let's just copy this entire thing. And then we're going to feed in an example. Let's do, not too often you see wealth advisors who specialize in pre-IPO founders facing liquidity events. So we're going to say, we're going to add rules, only output the end result in the template above. And then now we're going to have to feed in the data from Epify. So we're going to feed in the company short description. And for more context, we can add the SEO description. So there we go. And then what else? So it's going to be generate copy. And then we're going to add an AI model. I'm just going to use Azure And then deployment name is going to be GPT-4o. And I'm going to go to properties. And then I'm going to go to maximum numbers of tokens. And I'm going to increase it to 3090. Okay. And I believe that's pretty much it. Let me just execute and see. So not too often you see wealth advisors who specialize in generational wealth transfers for ultra high net worth families. Great copy. Okay. So what else now is we need to add this to our instantly copy because everything is done now. Okay. So the only thing we have to do is we're going to go to instantly and then we're going to create a campaign. Just going to log in. Not this account. This is the account. And then I'm just simply going to create a new campaign. So I'm just going to name this getting clients for my service. Continue. Okay. And what else do we need to do? We need to add this to instantly. So I'm just going to go to an HTTP request. And then I'm going to go to the instantly's endpoint. So create lead. I'm not really sure if there is instantly here. They should add it. Yeah, there is no instantly. So we need to use it. We need to add the lead using API. Okay. So we're just going to have to we're just gonna have to copy this and then go back. The method is gonna be post. Put this here. Authentication, I believe it's going to be generic credential type, and it's gonna be bearer. Yes. So create new credential, and then we're gonna go to settings, integrations, API keys. We're gonna create a new key. Instantly key, or just instantly, scopes all, and then create it. So copy this, and then you go back, and then you paste it here. Click on save. There we go. We can name this instantly API. There we go. So now we're gonna have to send a body. So we're just gonna go to JSON, and then let's just go and look at these here. So if I go to try it, okay. So this is the JSON. I'm gonna copy it, Control C, and we do not need this entire JSON. I'm just gonna go here, paste this here. So we need the email, obviously, depersonalization, yes. First name and last name, yes. I don't care about the phone and all this stuff. So I can just remove it. There we go. And remove this. Okay. So the campaign is going to be the ID of the campaign, which is going to be here. And it's app/campaign/ before analytics. Copy this entire thing and then simply hard code it here. Remove the backslash. Okay. And then let's go back. And then the copy obviously is going to be the copy. So we're just going to have to go to personalization and then delete this example that they put here. And then we just drag and drop this here. Okay. So let's just copy this again. Put it here. And then the verify email, we're going to have to get it from the filter, not from an email finder, guys. Okay. Put this here. The website, do we have the website? Yeah, we do. So organization website. So I'm just going to put the website here. And then the company name is going to be organization name. Now the first name is going to be, first name, we do have the first name. Do we? Oh yeah, we do. Okay, awesome. So I'm just going to put the, this is the first name, is it? Yeah. So we're just going to put the last name in last name. And then first name in first name. And there we go. Hopefully we don't get any problems with the new lines. If we do, we're just going to have to use a code. Okay, that was awesome. Okay, so if I go to leads, okay, I added my lead. So I can just put, for example, personalization. There we go. So, hey, let me make sure all the fields are here. Yeah, okay, awesome. So, hey, first name. And then now, check this out. Can just copy this entire thing. Put this here. Hey, first name. There we go. And then we can add the personalization here. Personalization. I've done these videos like 10 times already. I try to be like a student getting clients, developer, etc., which is pretty cool. It's like always a learning experience for you guys. Okay, emailing you because, okay. So let's see. So, hey Blake, not too often you see wealth advisors who specialize in generational wealth transfers for ultra high net worth families. Emailing you because I connect people like that to firms. Okay, sweet. And then we can add like a space. Okay, sweet. Awesome. So, cheers, Saad. And then subject line is going to be first name. That's it. And then next step, I'm going to say first name is this something you'd be interested in. That's it. So last step is hey, first name. No worries if this isn't a priority right now. I can add cheers. That's it. Or I can say thanks for the time. That's it. Very abundant. Thanks for the time, Saad. Sends from my iPhone. There we go. Awesome. So now we're just going to have to batch everything so we don't get rate limited. So I'm just going to go to add parameter, not parameter, add option. And we're just going to have to batch. Okay, let's batch 10 every 1000 ms. And now we can add everything into our Insta campaign. And then limit, let's just put 600. All right, let's do this. So there we go. And then we're going to generate the copy. So from 600, we have 586, which is great. And there we go. So as you guys can see, so from 586, 527 are actually valid, which is thumbs up. So we already add, Azure is pretty quick, like 100. Check this out, how quickly it generates the copies. And then we're going to add everything to instantly, which is pretty cool. So I'm going to leave you guys this blueprint so you can just use it. And as you can see, it's very simple, but high ROI, which I think this is the reason why these systems actually work and make a ton of money, is because they're not focused on the technical aspect. They focus on the money aspect, the revenue generating aspect. And you see all these people that like build this or like sell this AI agent that replaces your AI team or walks your dog, which is, you know, it's all hype to get views. So always make sure you guys never get into the hype of these crazy AI agents and stuff. So let's just go to options now, and then we're just gonna use the accounts here so we can start our outreach. So I'm just gonna use these accounts. There we go. It's more than enough. And then I'm gonna go to show advanced and then ESP routing. So I'm gonna go Google, send to Google, not Microsoft, send to Google. And then we're going to add Microsoft, send to Microsoft, and then Google, send to others. There we go. And then let's just save this, and then let's go to schedule. And then it's going to be 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Launch. And then let's go here, and then we can just launch our campaign, launch anyway. There we go. Let's check our leads. Awesome. So we added our leads. Great. So let's check the preview. Hey, Gabrielle, not too often you see wealth advisors who specialize in international entrepreneurs navigating cross-border taxation challenges. Emailing you because I connect people like that to firms. Awesome. So now the only thing we have to do is just wait until we get some sales opportunities. All right, y'all. So we just received 4 positive replies, okay? Same day. So this is the first reply. Hey, Saad. Yeah, I would be interested. Let's talk, Brian. Okay, so the initial email was, hey, Brian, not too often you see wealth advisors who specialize in guiding professionals through mid-career financial transitions. Emailing you because I connect people like that to firms. So very, very simple, straightforward, okay? And the person said, yes, hey, Saad, I would be interested. Let's talk. So this guy literally wants to hop on a call and is showing signs of interest. So I can literally hop on a call with this guy and actually just sell him a sales system. So this is the first reply. Let's see Jordi. Great outreach message. I have to say, I'm available Monday to learn more. Hey Jordi, not too often you see wealth advisors who specialize in high net worth families seeking truly independent, conflict-free advice. Emailing you because I connect people like that to firms. Okay, let's see the third one. Mandy. Interest in offer Saad. Send me your calendar. Let's set something up. So let's check this website. Wealth Partners Alliances. So what do they do? For your financial journey, let Wealth Partners Alliance be your guide and your destination. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, it's like a wealth advisors. Yeah. Okay. Now let's see, Ron. Yeah, intros would be great. I'm open to that. Managing partner. He is the managing partner, is it? Managing partner? Oh, yeah. Anyways, let's just go back and see the website. So executive and business owners deserve better. Yeah, so okay, so this is exactly their ideal customer. Interesting. Yeah, wealth planning, tax accounting, multi-generational office. Okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So as you guys can see, we've generated 4 sales opportunities in like a few hours. So it's just to show you guys that whatever niche you go for, whether it's B2B SaaS, like recruitment, like whatever niche, you're still gonna be making a ton of money. As you can see, these are people that are interested in hopping on a call with us because we literally speak their language. We say, hey, do you want more clients? Okay. It's just good to show you guys that any niche on planet Earth wants customers. So the only thing you have to do is just get them customers and essentially just build them sales systems or AI systems that can allow them to connect with their ideal clients. That's literally it. And if you do, you'll always make a ton of money and you'll always have a successful, thriving sales automation or SaaS business. So I'll talk to you soon. Peace.